Good morning, Z family. Good morning. Good morning. It's Saturday morning, and we are here for our Saturday morning training. And we've got a past teacher coach coming back at us this morning, and I'm so thrilled that he is doing so because this man is just full of wisdom. He is a wonderful, wonderful friend of mine, dear family. He's just like family. And he also is a business partner from past companies with me. And I just really, really love and adore him. He is, like I said, he's like a brother to me. Okay. If that makes sense. I really feel that he is in my heart as a brother. And I think all of you will get that feeling from him when you hear him speak. And I am just thrilled to have him share with you, and you guys will get so much information. So if you have a piece of paper and a pen, grab it now because you're going to want to write this information down. From Mr. Jeff Myers, thank you so much for coming on and teaching us this morning. Welcome.
Thank you, Colette. That's wonderful. So my topic today is the three-way call and edification. The three-way call is also referred to as peak and pass. That's piquing someone's interest and passing that on and enabling that three-way conversation between yourself, someone who knows our business well, and a potential business partner of ours. Okay, so those conversations, often you can have them everywhere. And here's a power quote. So I'm going to give a couple of power quotes throughout this. So I expect to see little pens wagging out there. So you will encounter potential people to invite to our business everywhere if you are always on, meaning if you intentionally go out to prospect, you're going out there with intention. You're going to go to the grocery store or whatnot. Here's the power quote. Don't go out to prospect when you go out. Always have that in your mind around our business and our focus. And I'm going to take that a little farther is when you're prospecting, you're going to be prospecting for relationships, who you want to do business with, who you would like to partner with, because in our business, Colette will tell you that we are growing relationships. And I'll talk about relationships here in a little bit. But we are about relationships. You want to be in business relationships with people that you want to be around. Makes life easy. And that's kind of what this is all about, is having the right set of people together around you that are the friendships you want to have for a lifetime, grow them into the brother-sister relationship that Colette and I have. So the process is pretty easy. We talked about like, listen, trust, join in my last short presentation that I did. It wasn't so short. It just went on long. But those relationships that you build, the like and listen. That like and listen is kind of the key to your success here. You have to like that person as well, not them like you, because as you grow, as you grow personally, you're going to create this persona around you where people are going to like you a lot. It happens because you're open. You're coming from a heart-centered kindness. That's going to attract people to you. So if you want to be kind of select the people that you want to maybe create that friendship and that relationship with. Now, what you want to do now, if you've selected that person and you like them, is start that conversation, but only give them a little bit. And it could go something like this. Hey, I've got, I just love the way you are heart-centered. I like the way you are positive about people and wanting to help people. I've got someone I really want to introduce you to. It's a really great friend of mine that has introduced me to something really amazing. And I'm going down this path, and I would love for you to meet this person. And then edification becomes the key to that next step, that I want you to meet someone. And that's the three-way call. You've piqued their interest about this person and just a little tiny bit about an opportunity. And that will get you to that three-way conversation. And when you've got that in your hand and you've got a time that you've set up and you've edified the person that they're going to talk to, you let that person know that you'll go set up a call. And the person you're going to set it up with is the one that's going to go and present and meet and establish that relationship with, that's going to talk about our business, our opportunity that we're working on. During that conversation, you've already edified this person once that you're going to hook them up with. You're going to do it again when the phone conversation or the video meeting starts or the coffee meeting starts. If you're meeting at a coffee shop, you're going to edify that person again. You're going to edify your new friend to them. And then you let that person talk. Okay. In our business, you go from that person where you do this to the person, you train yourself up, you become the presenter at some point for the rest of your team. That's how we're going to grow. We're going to grow like that. You're going to become a leader. You're going to start growing your own skill set around having a conversation, getting to know people. So getting to know people. Here comes another power quote. Pens ready? Be interested, not interesting. And what I mean by that is ask questions. People love to talk about themselves. Be very interested in them and truly be interested in what they're about, what they're saying. I mean, you've already established that and you've liked them for a reason. Expand on those things, learn more about them, learn about their family. I talked about form, occupation, recreation, money. There's other things that friendships are much more based on, experiences in life, shared experiences. You both are in the military together. You went to the same high school. You went to the same college, but never knew each other. There's so many ways to have conversations with people and to grow a rich relationship. So once that conversation happens, it's up to your leader that is leading that conversation to go and present that business opportunity or our opportunity, to invite them to come join us. And it may take one or two conversations. It might happen that way, but the initial presentation of our company and our offering is clearly in the hands of the person that is speaking. After that, then you do follow-ups with them. You keep that conversation going. You keep that relationship building. You want to go for the no. You want to get to a point where someone will say, no, I'm not interested. But so you've got a path there. No could mean no, not now, or no could mean no forever. I choose to think no, not now. And there's a reason for that. When people see you becoming successful in this, that no may turn back into an interest. Like, that I want to rethink that. So you want to keep that friendship open. You want to keep that communication going. And I wanted to talk, I'm going to go a little bit off topic here, as I often do, Colette. I want to talk about relationships. Humans aren't designed to have more than 250 relationships. And the level of those relationships changes depending how close people are, right? So if you think about your friends and how close they are, you've got your relatives, you've got friends that are close to you that, you can call up in a second, or you can pick up the phone, have a conversation with them that you haven't talked to them in 6 months, but it's just like you just hung up. Those are friendships. The ones that are the heart-to-heart ones, the ones that have gone through something with you, those friendships last a lifetime. Then there's acquaintances that probably is that kind of that next layer out, that are the people that you can call up, trust, do things with. And it's so you don't have anything really deep, but you're vested in keeping that relationship alive. Then you have business, that as you go out, as that circle gets bigger, those relationships become a little less tight, a little less personal. You will find as you work on yourself, your personal development, that those relationships, that circle of friendships expands, the closeness of it. It does get bigger because of the richness of the person you are. So I'm going to talk a little bit about personal development. I know we work on that, but the more you work on yourselves, the more the business will take care of itself. So power quote again, three in one day. Work harder on yourself than you do your business. When you do that, you become wealthy. So my wealth is not measured currently not measured in money. And actually forever, my wealth will not be measured in money. It will be measured in the richness of the friendships. I can tell you that 5 years ago, I started a wealth journey, and that started by meeting Colette, and my wife and I meeting Colette and going into a personal development growth cycle. My wealth today, because of that, is priceless. Because of my friendship with Colette is priceless. My friendship with Lacey, who I saw on the call earlier, is priceless. I am an extremely wealthy man when it comes to friends and relationships because of that time that Colette waved to Tina and I on a phone call on a different company and started that journey. I am extremely wealthy and thankful for that journey. So that's my edification of Colette. And I am happy to take any questions around the peak and pass edification. I did want to mention that in the previous company we were at, we had a team, a tight team. And what we did is each of us took on the responsibility of writing up 3 to 5 things about ourselves that no one knows. And we saved them to a file, and each of us could go and read them and learn a little bit about something. So I could learn a little bit about Ruthie. I already know a little bit about Esther, but Yanni, I know a little bit about. Mark, I don't know anything about you other than what you do for a living. So I would propose that we as a team create a place where we can go in and find out a little bit about everybody and start that edification process where we can talk about other people. Are we in favor of that? Oh, there's Trish. Hi, Trish. Another source of my wealth right there, driving in a car.
Yes.
See, Colette, less than 10 minutes, I think.
No, we're at 15.
That was my
No,
training for today. I felt I probably could add a little bit more to that. So in favor of that, let me answer any questions people have around edification or peak and pass. Hi, Lyle.
Jeff, I got a question.
Yep.
So setting up the 3-way call, that would be the first introduction or first information that you'd be actually passing to the person prior sending the any video or an overview? Is that correct?
It can be. You can send them a little bit. You can send them a video if they have an interest, and you can explain it like this. You know, I'm relatively new to this, and I really want you to understand this very well. And by me introducing you to my business partner in this, she is amazing. She can answer any questions that I'm gonna have to just say I don't know to. I'd rather just, I'm just learning just like you.
Okay, great. Thank you.
That would be the trust part. Like, listen, trust.
Yeah, I've always been. I've been exposing first overview, then following up with the call after.
Mm-hmm.
Using the call as I mean, I guess both ways are paramount anyway. But I was just curious to piquing the interest and then passing it over without them actually seeing the overview and then presenting on the spot.
Yeah,
that's an interesting, different way to do it too.
I'll go a little deeper. I've got training in reading people's personalities. And I've been doing it for a long time. I practice it. It's kind of fun to do. Tina and I will sit in coffee shop. We'll read people's personalities. So the terminology I use is analyzer, persuader, controller, stabilizer. Each one of those personality types has a communication mode that works very well with them. Being able to read someone and understanding that communication mode is a key to getting into opening that communication. You always want to go into their comfort zone when it comes to communicating. Very effective when it comes to interviews, building relationships, being able to understand people's perspective. Others on this phone will tell you it's red, yellow, orange, pink, or porcupine, dolphin, whale,
Right.
hippopotamus, or platypus, or something. I'm locked into my methodology.
Yeah.
Whichever one works for you. Being able to read people's personalities. For example, there's a couple of veterans on this call right now. Those veterans are on my team. We have a brotherhood that we are very frank and very open and very honest and very supportive with. Both of those gentlemen have similar personalities. And I can have open and frank conversations, very direct, right? Now, others, you probably on this call, I probably would have to come at them in a more sensitive approach. It's just who I am. It's how I do it. So reading personalities is a good skill to learn. And there's lots of information out there that's free and readily available.
Thank you.
Yeah. It's funny. Yeah, go ahead.
I was watching one of Aaron's training videos on the boards, I believe it was, and he came up with the I don't know what to call it, like a tool, the 911. Are you familiar with that, either one of you guys or any one of you? And I loved that because if I sit down to make a whole bunch of calls, I really don't know what everybody's doing or whether Colette's available. And yeah, in regards to like bringing another party on a call when somebody hasn't even like been introduced to the concept whatsoever, not even watched a 3-minute call. If I had a 911 group, I guess I'd have to know that everybody was able and in a place. I don't think at this point I would be mature enough in this process to do a whole presentation with somebody that didn't even know what we were talking about. You know what I mean?
That's a great point, Ruthie. And I think that's a place where we need to drive to, right?
Oh yeah.
It's we need to grow to that. It's not let's have it done by Thursday. It's grow to that. Each people will grow at different speeds, right? Some people have a lot of time available to them to come up to speed on the business. Some of us have full-time jobs. A lot of us have full-time jobs, and we need to work those full-time jobs. So maybe we figure out a calendar or a schedule that we have a list of people that are available for 911 during those times. I believe it also, comes with that edification. You got to know that person, right? And you got to know. So I know we used to do, Colette, take turns having people present the opportunity. Maybe we're at that point where we need to think about doing that.
Yes, great point. Great point. And I was also just thinking, so that would be something that we would do on Wednesday nights, where people could present and you're just presenting to the team. And that gets people more comfortable in what they're presenting. And also another great thing that just came from what you're discussing is that we will start doing maybe a little introduction, like maybe we'll have 2 people on the team tell about themselves, where they came from, why they're here, who they are, all those things. And I think that would be a great thing for Z Family, because that's what we're doing. And we're literally trying to get to know each other better, to grow the bond and to strengthen the team in exactly what we're talking about right now, so that we can feel that we can reach out to someone else other than who brought you on,
Yep.
so that you have that connection and that relationship built, and it's so much easier to edify. So I love both of those, and that definitely is something we'll start adding. Esther, don't you think that's great? Yeah, awesome. So we'll definitely put those. We'll start this week.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to add, Jeff, real quick before
Yep.
you take
Oh,
off
I know where you're
again,
going.
is
Yeah.
I love the fact of the edification of the person rather than what you're putting them on the call for, because that's the part that people stumble on. I just told them about something, and now how do I get that shift onto bringing them in front of someone else? And why would they want that? Because they don't know you. If you can just edify that person and say, this person got me so excited about something, you really need to meet them, because they're phenomenal. Their music just was so great. Their energy was so awesome. I'd love for you to meet them and hear something that they brought to me, something like that, because then it's so much easier. That transition is so much easier and smoother, and it doesn't feel awkward or icky, which we find a lot of times it does, especially if you don't know the person you're bringing on very well. So, okay, Jeff, take it away.
We also used to do edification practice. And during these meetings, we would assign 2 people that are going to do edification in the next meeting. And their job is to get on a phone call with the other person and get to know one another prior to the next meeting, so they could do an edification. That actually is probably not a bad idea either. I'm dying to edify a couple of people on the phone here. And
do it. I want you to pick someone out and edify them. Okay.
Okay. I've edified she's got her hand up, but I'm going to edify someone different, Annabelle. So hold on. I could edify you all day. I'm going to edify. There's this someone on my team that I've not met in person, but I've been in business with her for quite a while. In our previous company, she and I would we have like a shared brain, because we're so in tune when it came to teaching and working together, and I cannot wait till I get to meet this person and add more to my wealth, because I'm going to meet her in November in Las Vegas, and her heart is on the screen right now. Lacey Johnson, I cannot wait to meet you in November and get to see you in person. So you all are going to meet Lacey Johnson at some point, and I hope you get excited as I am to meet Lacey Johnson.
Didn't that just give you the warm fuzzies? You just want to meet Lacey now. It's just so great how he's a professional at this, as is Annabelle.
Lacey and I had so much fun. Well, at least I did, Lacey. I don't know about you, but we used to have so much fun just kind of putting our minds together, getting ready to do a teaching together. Yeah, it's like she was like we had one brain. So yeah.
Absolutely. Like attracts like, and it may not have been you that attracted her, but this group alone attracted similar people to each one of us, because we're all, that like.
Okay.
Okay. So
I got to do one more.
Yep, you do.
Annabelle and I are early birds. And when we were at Colette's cabin during a mastermind, I got up early to make my homemade sourdough bread. And who was my company in the kitchen? Annabelle. She got the first piece of bread that was out there. She was like, I cannot wait. So, yeah.
Awesome. That was fun. Very fun. Annabelle, do you have something you want to share?
Yeah, I want to share with the group that lately I have found something very, very interesting. And, I do my Zooms with Colette. That's the mode that I choose. But what I want to share with you guys that I really discovered and works really well, and I think Colette could anchor that, is that I've now chosen to edify the person that I bring on instead of edifying first Colette. So that's a little bit of a switch. We're still going to edify Colette, but I really want to make the person that's coming on more special and be more excited about them. So what happens with that, it triggers something called dopamine in the brain. I looked it up because I just like, there's got to be something in this, right? And so what I found is that when you pick someone first, their dopamine starts going like haywire. Okay. So since Colette is already super amazing, she's on, the opportunity already. She's in, and I'm part of that team, but this person isn't. So how do we make them win in that moment of really building the relationship? And this happened just the other day with Colette. And I know probably Colette was running like, why is she edifying him? Instead, because we're used to edifying first our power line, right? Our leader and my mentor. And of course I said that she was my mentor and this, but first I went kind of overboard with the edification on who I had brought on. And Colette, even after we were all done, okay, she texted me and said, he just kind of melted when you edified him the way, obviously, authentically and everything. And you know what's the interesting part of this? I didn't know this gentleman very, very well, but I did know him. Now, funny story, he was trying to prospect me for the last 6 months. So he is doing something, right? So what I did was, I wasn't in a hurry, you guys, I would think about this man almost literally every day, because he is a very, very big leader in another company. Very big leader. Okay. Michael Zappia kind of big leader. Okay. So he's been kind of grooming me, right? And I just kind of been doing the friendship. I wasn't in a hurry because I said, I can't mess this up. And he's going to join me. See, that's what I put in my mind. Instead of me joining him, he's going to join me. And I really, really believe it. So anyway, long story short, after we got off and everything, Colette texted me, he's not going to sleep tonight. And literally minutes after, he texted me, Annabelle, when I get back, because he was going to a convention for his company, I'm really seriously going to think about this. Like, almost like you got me, right? And I sent it to Colette and she said, I told you. But that dynamic from that day on changed for me. And so now I'm flipping it. Anytime I bring Colette on or any power line, I'm going to edify the other person. Now, do it how you feel comfortable. But I just felt that I'm thinking about, okay, chemistry. You can't go wrong with chemistry. And dopamine is dopamine. And it's like in the books, you guys. So it's not something that I came up with. So if you want to shoot somebody's dopamine, start with them. So that's what I had to share.
I love that.
So good, right? It's so good. It's about making someone feel special. And when you make them feel special, it's just like how, you show a picture and it has several people in it. Who do they look for? Themselves. First thing, we look for ourselves. It's just human nature. So when you build them up, they get so excited all of a sudden, like, whoa. I mean, she had this gentleman blushing, like he was melting in her hands. It was really cool to see. She's a pro, you guys. So it does take time. She is very, very amazing. And like she tells everyone, she's worked so hard on herself over the years, gone to many, many, many self-development conventions and stuff. So it does take time. Some people are natural at it, but I certainly am not. So, and I love, Jeff is very, very good at this as well. Personality wise, like I said, he is just someone you want to know. He's just that friendly voice, and just you feel like you've known him forever. So do you have anything more to add before I close the call, Jeff?
So none of you knew me when I was 18, but I was a shy, introverted person. Just saying, personal growth works pretty well. Actually, I wasn't shy after I got out of Marine Corps boot camp, but yeah, no one's allowed to be shy after that, right, Seth? But I had a leap in personal development when I was introduced to Colette Daniels and started down that path. And her mentor, my mentor there, introduced me to personal development about 5 years ago. My life has changed considerably. Again, more in the wealth of the friendships and relationships I've had. I do work harder on myself than I do on my business. So, but that's what I'm going to add, close out on that one.
Love it. Love it so much. And thank you very much for this call this morning, Jeff. We all benefited from it. And I love what you added about what we can add to our family night. So very excited about that. Very excited about learning about each one of you, because you will be called on. So just be prepared to give a little 3-minute talk about yourself, maybe, or maybe longer. Very excited to get to know each one of you more, just like I do several of you on this from a past company. So we will get there, and it's going to be a great time come November when we get to meet each other in person. That's always so much fun. People don't know the size and the, how tall someone is until you meet someone in person. You come on Zoom and you're like, what? I had no idea that you were that tall. Oh, I'm going to go there.
That is so true.
So true. So true. So excited.
Wait, you all meet Brian Howard.
Yeah, wait till you meet Brian Howard. That's for sure. Okay. Well, thank you guys so much. And we will see you on Wednesday. But don't forget about corporate call today, you guys, at 9:30 Pacific. It's going to be a great call, and you don't want to miss it. So
Thanks, guys. Thanks, Jeff. Good stuff,
Thanks,
man.
everyone. Thanks, Jeff.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Have a great weekend.
you too. See ya.